Hello friends, in the last video we were discussing about the different methods of the water distribution system, and we have covered the gravity system, pumping system and combined gravity and pumping system. Now today let's see what do you understand by service reservoirs and how to calculate the capacity. Alright, so let's start this distribution reservoirs and service reservoirs. So these are distribution reservoirs which are also called as service reservoirs here. And these are the storage reservoirs which are going to store the treated water for supplying water in the regular water supply hours, and also during emergencies such as fire or any breakdown or repair. So this amount of water which is going to be stored in the service reservoirs, right, that is the distribution reservoirs. Now what are the functions of the distribution or the service reservoirs? The first is the distribution reservoirs. They absorb the hourly variations in the water demand and allow the treatment units and pumps to operate at a constant rate, right? So you are storing the treated water in these reservoirs, and from there at a constant rate you are pumping the water wherever required, right? And this constant rate of pumping is going to improve the efficiency because it reduces the running maintenance and operating cost, right? That's the first one. Second function is they help in maintaining a constant pressure in the distribution mains, and without these reservoirs the pressure will fall down whenever the demand increases, right? So because you are storing the water in the distribution reservoir, you can supply the water at a constant pressure. That is the second one. Third is the pumping of water in shifts is made possible without affecting the water supply. About 8 to 12 hours of pumping can be carried out so as to pump the whole day's water demand. So at a constant rate, 8 hours or 10 hours or even up to 16 hours also, water is pumped and stored in these distribution reservoirs, right? So that is in shift, so 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift, like that. Then water which is stored in these reservoirs can be supplied during emergencies or during breakdown of the pipes, right? Emergencies like fire, right? Whenever such type of emergencies occur, or if suppose there is a failure in the pump or there is a failure in the power supply, there will be some amount of water which is always available in the distribution reservoirs. So this will take care of these emergencies. And then lastly, an overall economy is achieved by reducing the sizes of the pumps, the sizes of the pipelines and the treatment units. Now the different types of distribution reservoirs. What are the different types of distribution reservoirs? So these are made up of steel, RCC or even masonry also, and depending upon the level or the elevation with respect to the ground, they can be classified as two types. One is the surface reservoir, second is the elevated reservoir. Now surface reservoirs, these are circular or rectangular tank constructed at ground level or below the ground level. So therefore the name surface reservoir, and therefore they are also called as the ground reservoirs because they are constructed at ground level or sometimes slightly below the ground level. So they are also called as ground reservoirs. Now generally whenever you are constructing these surface reservoirs, they are generally constructed at high point in the city. So first you have to do the survey to find out the elevation of the different areas of the city and find out which is the highest point in the city. And at that highest point we are generally constructing these ground reservoirs. Now if the city has more than one high points, then more than one reservoirs may also be provided, right? And then the city is divided into different zones, and in that zone the highest point is selected, and at that highest point a separate reservoir is provided in each of these zones for distributing the water. Now this is how the location of the service reservoirs and the surface reservoirs or the ground reservoirs are selected. Now in case of gravitational type of distribution system, so in the last class you have seen gravity system, pumping system and combined gravity and pumping system. In the gravity system, the water is stored in the ground service reservoir, and from there it is directly sent into the distribution system by the action of gravity. Now this is possible only when the ground service reservoir is located at a highest point and the distribution area is located at the lower point. So that is the reason why we are selecting high points in the city. And in case of combined gravity and pumping system, the treated water is first of all stored in the ground reservoir, and from there it is pumped into an elevated service reservoir. Right, from ground to elevated service you are pumping, and from there it is supplied into the distribution mains by the action of gravity. So therefore it is combined gravity and pumping system. Now there are two, three figures here. The cross section of a surface reservoir, a cross section of a elevated reservoir. Right, so this is one figure, typical section of a ground reservoir or a surface reservoir. Now this is one type of ground reservoir which is divided into two compartments, and they are interconnected by openings like this, and these openings are controlled by cutoff valve or control gate. You can open and close, and then here this is the ground level here. So it is most of the part of the ground reservoir is below the ground, and then this is mainly made up of concrete foundation is there, masonry is there, and a slab is covered so that the water does not get contaminated by birds or any droppings of the birds. So you are closing it with a RCC slab, and then you have got these overflow pipes, wire, and then this is covered with a wire gauge. And this is overflow pipe here, this is another overflow pipe here, this is one and this is two. And for ventilation you have got ventilators here, just for allowing free movement of the water. And these are two, here you can see outlet pipes to the distribution mains. These are outlet pipes, and there are two pipes here which are called as washout pipes. And then you can see here the ground, here the concrete foundation whatever is laid, it is made slightly sloping towards the center. So even though you are storing treated water here, after a long number of months or years, some amount of settlement will take place. So that is to be removed with the help of these washout pipes. So occasionally whenever you clean the tanks, that wash water with all the whatever little bit dirt has settled, it is going to be washed out with this washout pipes, right? And usually why this two compartment is made is, so in case of any repair work is going on or any cleaning is going on, so instead of emptying the entire tank, you can empty just one compartment of the tank. You can close the gate, this control gate, so that one compartment is full, and then you can clean the remaining compartment. So there is some storage should be available always. Just for convenience of cleaning and any repair work, we are generally constructing two compartment ground reservoirs. So this is a very simple ground reservoir which is very commonly you find. Then you have elevated reservoirs, which is very common nowadays. These can be rectangular, circular or elliptical overhead tanks which are erected at a very big height, suitable elevation above the ground level, and these are supported by columns or towers like this. And these are constructed with the pressure requirement necessitate considerable elevation above the ground surface. So why we are making so much amount of height here, the ground is here, so much amount of height you are providing. This is mainly for getting a good amount of pressure at all the points in the distribution area, right? So these are constructed where pressure requirements necessitate considerable elevation above the ground surface, right? So nowadays this is found to be a very convenient method, and you can see in the city there are different areas where these elevated storage reservoirs are constructed. And as you have understood now, these are constructed in areas where combined gravity and pumping system is adopted. So from the ground reservoir, you pump the water in the elevated reservoir, and from there the flow is by gravity. So it is combined gravity and pumping system. Whenever you are adopting, this is a compulsory tank which we are providing. Now water is pumped into these tanks from the filter unit or from a surface reservoir, and then it is supplied to the consumer by the action of gravity. And this is a very typical simple rectangular tank which is shown here, right? So this is the tank, and then you have got the inlet pipe which is bringing the water. It is pumped and it is stored in the tank. This is the full supply level, FSL, and water level indicator. This is an apparatus which indicates the level of water. So water level indicator. Here also some ventilators may be provided for the free circulation of air. A manhole cover may be provided so that any repair or cleaning some person can enter inside. So for the convenience of the maintenance person, some steps may be provided here, and this is for cleaning purpose. So washout pipes, so to drain the clean water, and this is the pipe which is bringing the water by the action of gravity and distributed to the public. So this is the outlet pipe here, this is the inlet pipe, and this is the washout pipe, right? So there are valves here. So whenever you are cleaning, you cut off this valve, you close the valve, outlet valve, and open the washout valve, so that the water is going to wash and it goes away. And some overflow pipes, here you have seen some overflow pipe is there, and a very simple rectangular elevated storage tank, right? And this is of course a ladder which is used for a person to climb up and do the maintenance or cleaning. So this is a simple figure of a rectangular elevated tank. Now these rectangular tanks, these are very commonly used are RCC tanks. They can also be steel or pre-stressed concrete, but RCC tanks are nowadays more preferred to the steel tank because they are cheaper, they don't cause any corrosion, and they require less maintenance. So three advantages of the RCC tank, right? They are cheaper, they do not cause any corrosion, and they require less maintenance. RCC tank, the another type which is called as the hinge tank, which is provided like this. This is a shape is called as an hinge tank. Now this one is also popular nowadays because structurally it is more sound and also economical. Pre-stressed concrete elevated tanks are also used in nowadays, and we are going for pre-stressed concrete tanks mainly because the saving in the steel is up to 60% and the saving in the concrete is up to 40%, and the thickness of the wall is very thin. It is compared to the regular RCC tanks, these are very thin sections, right? And these reservoirs are generally very expensive in the design, and not designed for capacities more than 6 to 8 hours of the average daily supply, right? And these are situated usually in the center of the city. They are generally covered at the top with the help of a roof slab in order to avoid contamination of water due to some dirt, birds or insects, etc. And roofs are provided with ventilators, so as to, here you can see roofs are provided with ventilators to avoid any to provide free circulation of the air. Now other accessories like all the accessories whatever are provided as are summarized here. Inlet pipe for the entry of the water, outlet pipe connected to the distribution main for the exit of the water, overflow pipes. So these are all I have shown, and float gauge or a indicator for indicating the depth of the water which can be read from outside, that also you have seen. And then the drain pipe for removing water in the reservoir for cleaning purpose, and automatic devices to stop the pumping when the tank is full, so automatic shut off of the pump. So some devices can be provided. Ladders are provided to reach the top of the reservoir and up to the bottom of the reservoir for inspection purpose. You can provide some steps. Manhole cover can be provided for inspection purpose, in the entry, and then ventilators for fresh air circulation can also be provided. So all these you can see in this figure, right? So this is the hinge type of. Now in the next video we will see how to calculate the capacity of the distribution reservoir.